And we're back on the Dispatch Sports Wrap with Rad and Hop. I'm Conrad Engstrom here with Wade. Hopefully Wade will bring a little more energy than he did last week. That was the one criticism I got.
You were playing
last week.
You didn't bring any energy.
No, you didn't. You were
what?
A little quiet with Carissa, and I don't know why.
Who said that?
I'm just saying.
Don't be making
I got
up rumors.
I got sources.
You had a big poker night last night, so
Whoa.
you're jacked up. You
Come
won
on.
money. All right, we got to talk about our sponsors, Conrad. Go.
Let's see. We got Shannon's Auto Body, and then we got Rafferty's Pizza. Great pizza. We got TeeHive. They make great shirts, and they do other stuff, I'm pretty sure, at TeeHive.
Other stuff. Wow.
And then Caliber Collision. Great place as well.
And we only got a couple episodes left.
I know. It's almost June. What are we going to do in June?
Well, we're going to be celebrating softballs. That's what we're going to be doing, Conrad.
All right. Shane Jordan's in the building, head softball coach. We were supposed to play a game today, but Mother Nature decided to rain on us.
Except for lacrosse. So you want to get out and watch lacrosse tonight, you can in the monsoon. But
yes.
Right now, Warrior playoff softball is about to begin.
I believe they play Thursday, if that's not right, Jordan. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm glad to be in the fish house again. And, we're scheduled for Thursday and Friday this week. A little adjustment to the schedule.
So home game, right? Third seed. Let's run through the section. Give us the seedings there quick.
So, number 1, St. Michael.
Boo. Oh, the Knights.
University of blah, blah, blah. Okay, sorry. Your turn.
Number 2, Sartell.
And the great Sartell.
Would you be quiet over
there?
The
Sartell Metro. That's right. Is that Metro team, Sartell?
Close enough.
Yeah.
It's the Urbans.
Yeah. And really that 2-3 came down to the old QRF tiebreaker. We have more QRF points, but tiebreaker, strength of schedule.
Did you play them?
We did play them. We split with them.
Okay.
But it came down to strength of schedule. So it is what it is. We played tough competition. They played their schedule.
Is it
what it is.
Is it QRF or coach's vote for you guys?
It's QRF.
Okay,
so
okay.
Then
that was within the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
then it went to head-to-head.
Yep.
And then it went to what?
I don't even remember all of them. I know it came all the way down to, I think number 5 is overall win percentage. And they had us on that. And that's okay. Then we'll go play there if we can win a game and if they win. But that's
okay. Let's put that.
Yeah.
We're gonna put that on the back burner and keep that simmering.
You know, Wade is just chomping at the bit to go after the QRF.
We'll get there.
The old Metro.
Don't even some random stuff. Whatever.
Well, Sartell, they're part of the Metro, so they just rigged it for themselves.
Hey, let them do their thing, man. They made their bed. They're gonna sleep in it.
Okay.
Let them do their thing. Right now, we got to focus on the Lumberjacks. Is that right?
We do. And to finish out the seedings, we should go all the way through 4-5 is St. Cloud, Moorhead, respectively. That should be a really good game. I'm excited to see who wins that game.
Conrad.
That'll be a one-run game.
It might be. It'll be a close game. 7, Sauk Rapids. And then 8, Elk River won the play-in game over Buffalo yesterday. So Elk River's 8. So that's the section lineup
So
right
it's
there.
all set up, and it goes higher seed until the Final Four?
Higher seed till the Final Four, and then everybody's at the 1 seed. So everybody will be at, presumably, St. Michael.
Is it double limb all the way through now?
Double them all the way through. Creates some weird things, like if you are a higher seed and you lose, you can still host a game, one of those things. It's kind of weird.
So let's say hypothetical, you beat Bemidji, you play Sartell, you beat Sartell, then they go back in the loser, then they're hosting again, right?
They could, depending on, I got to remember how all the brackets work out, but it's kind of like that, right? You can lose a game, but yet still host a game, which is kind of weird. But when you get down to the Final Four, it's all at the 1 seed, which is what they earned, I guess. So, but one game at a time.
Is it the highest seed in the Final Four? So let's say if St. Michael loses, or is it automatic?
No, yeah, that's how it works, because the one year when it was Elk River, Rogers, and Brainerd, and Rogers was the 2 seed or the 3 seed, and they beat Elk River, and then they hosted even though they were the lower seed.
Yeah,
Is that remember that?
Yeah,
weird year.
Okay, that was one of those great games. And
that was
Conrad,
yeah.
You were there,
yeah.
I was there.
Look at you. Yeah. You actually went to an away game.
But if Brainerd is in the final whatever, and they're the high seed, they'll host even if the 1 seed came back into the losers bracket.
But they're the highest in the
exactly. You know what I mean in the winners bracket.
Highest seed winners bracket. Yeah, it's such a weird dynamic, and I can't even wrap my head around it until it happens.
Here's what happens. They'll tell you where you'll play, and if they tell you that you're done playing, then you'll be done playing, right? If you have a game, they'll let you know where to go.
Or if you just win, you don't have to worry about it.
That's right. Just take care of the business. Do the little things like you just said the other day in the article.
Yep. Do the little
that
things.
Sapp wrote.
Yep.
Why didn't you write that article, Conrad?
Because I didn't write it.
Oh yeah, you're the Lakes area lacrosse leader.
I don't know why I didn't write it. I wasn't assigned it, so I didn't write it.
Oh wow, here we go, just doing our job instead of having opinions.
You know what? That's what Bill Belichick said. Do your job.
All right, so let's talk about how are things shaping up with the team.
We're good right now. We got Bemidji. We just played them last Friday, and so, we already knew the seeds going up there. So we went up there, and we were supposed to play 2. We ended up just playing 1. The weather wasn't great.
Oh,
it was cold, and we knew we were going to end up playing them again. So we just played 1 game. We decided to do.
Can you do that? Just decide to do that?
In that instance, I think we could.
Okay.
We wouldn't typically do that. I want to play as many games as possible, but I'll be honest with you, we kind of got a nice window for that 1 game. It rained maybe for 1 inning. I don't know if we could have got 2 in with the rain. So
that makes sense.
It was a good game. We went in my opinion, winner's mentality. We played our team. We just said, this is who we got. This is who we're going to play. And they kind of took the other route, which I kind of expected them, and they pitched their number 2 against us, and they're saving their number 1 pitcher, who we presumably will see Thursday. And we're prepared for her, and we're excited.
What's that gal's name?
Lazella is their number 1.
Lazella.
That's a
there we
good
go.
pitcher name to have. Lazella.
Why is it a good pitcher name to have?
I've never heard of Lazella.
Oh. So
Lasagna,
you're
but
just
not Lazella.
You're just making it up then. There's no.
How else am I going to do? Just make it up? Of
no,
course I made it up.
No, but you said
that's
it's a
conversation.
That's a great pitcher's name, but you didn't have any reason other than it's not lasagna. What are we, Garfield now?
Yeah.
Why
do you have to?
Are you Garfield or Otis?
You need to shut up.
Okay,
we're gonna start fighting.
Yeah,
we are fighting. Actually,
we're not fighting. Why are we fighting?
We are fighting.
No, we're not.
All right, so definitely Maya's had a great season for you guys. I mean, we're not gonna, keep talking.
Yeah,
about
whatever.
Maya
is Maya. We got it.
Let's talk about some of the other players. Ruthie Owens, one that I see is hitting the ball well for you guys this year.
Yeah, the last, I'm gonna say 4, 5, 6 games, everybody else has kind of really started to step up. So if you go down our lineup, Macy Gorel's in the 2 spot, and she's just your typical contact hitter, right? So she puts the ball in play. I don't think Macy's going to really hit the ball over the fence, but she'll put the ball in play. She'll make teams field it and throw it and get us out. And if Maya's on, right, we can't talk about Maya, but Maya's on base a lot, right? So Macy is a great bunter, too, can kind of move her around. And then you got Ruthie in the 3 spot, and she's got a great bat. She was leading our team in batting average for most of the year until Maya just passed her up a little bit. And
when you go 5 for 5 with a couple bombs, that happens.
That your average goes up real quick.
Yeah,
then,
real
right?
quick.
Yeah. So then, Tatum Goebel in the 4 spot, and Tatum only started playing with us 5, 6 games ago. She was a JV kid who was just ripping the cover off the ball and came to practice, and then we threw her in her game, and now she's in the 4 hole. Isn't that crazy how that works?
But you're spot on. Like, you take advantage of opportunity and you roll with it, and as a coach, you got to ride it. I mean, it is how it is, man.
And we tell the girls all the time, especially in the early season, like, we don't care who you are. We don't care what grade you're in. You perform. If you can play D and you can hit the ball, you're going to play. We're going to find a spot for you. And Tatum kind of grabbed onto that. So, and then we go down the lineup. We got Ari Halbert, who's starting to hit well. She's
hit a couple homers.
She has hit a couple home runs. She had a grand slam in Detroit Lakes, I think.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
She had a home run against Bemidji too, didn't she?
She did. She had a home run against Bemidji. So she you know what, her defense is what really thrills us. She is so fast. Center field.
Okay.
She made a diving catch against Bemidji that was probably the best catch I've ever seen. And even Mackey, who's been around baseball since it was invented, said that was one of the best catches he's ever seen.
And I'm sure he said it like this. And that was one of the best catches I've ever seen. How about you guys?
Composed.
He's always composed.
Neutral.
He's got the Pat Summerall
neutral
take on it.
Yeah. So then we got Hannah Phillips down there. Kira Nookaboyne can hit a little bit. We have a good mix in our lineup right now, and I really like it. There's no weak spot. We got kids who are fast. We got kids who can hit the ball over the fence, and so I like where we are offensively. Defensively is going to be the key if we can play defense.
Now up the middle, you have J.C. Carlson, and then who's that short?
Macy Gorel.
Okay, and those two switch at all, or do you keep them there? Or?
Well, we kind of moved them as the year went on. Here we were just trying to find the right mix, right? Trying to find out where kids were comfortable. We had Kira Rademacher at second base, and then we had JC at short, And that was since, I think, maybe the first game of the year. And we switched it back, and we put Macy at short and put JC back at second. And it's been a formula that we really like. We feel good about them.
We were at home, and my daughter and I were watching college softball, and then I started thinking, well, you have a pitch. Are you done over there?
I just made it. What did I do?
You just said, wow. But I'm thinking, if Maya's pitching and you have a team full of right-handers, you probably want your maybe defense, shaded to the right side. If you have left-handers, you want your, because teams are.
Well, we don't want to give away the game plan here.
This is common sense. When you have a pitcher like Maya, so then I'm like, I bet you Jordan's strategic, and can you pull shifts over? Can you Major League has rules, but can you put the shortstop and put the second baseman in the hole, and the shortstop where the second baseman is, and you know what I mean? Kind of.
You could plead the fifth, Shane.
No, I don't.
I'm not giving. He's not giving away secrets. But I'm like, you get someone who's throwing upper 60s and tapping that thing, and teams are just trying to make contact.
Yeah.
Well, you shift everybody over.
Right.
What are you looking at? We're gonna fight. It's on. This is ridiculous. God, sorry, Coach. This is embarrassing right now. He's so unprofessional.
He doesn't know the game. He covers lacrosse.
Yeah, I'm a lacrosse and tennis guy. Everybody knows that. Come on.
We can put people wherever we want. We actually have funny enough, we have a defense that we call Erica, after Erica Folden.
The wall!
The wall!
Yep. So we shift people around, and we actually play without a left fielder. And we have not done it this year, so it's a little secret. If somebody wants to listen to this from Bemidji.
Bring it. How are you going to change? You still got to bat. You still got to hit the ball.
You still got to stop it. But, yeah, we just bring left field into the right side of the infield. And you're right, when Maya's throwing 65 to a righty, the chances of them pulling it are pretty slim. So
they may have one or two.
I bet Wade could pull it, though.
Well,
Bro,
class of 95 state champ.
This is so, you're so random and unprofessional. You're going to be in timeout.
Shane, have I been unprofessional, Shane?
No, I think it's,
yeah.
Wade should not talk about his own accolades, but it's okay for us to talk
exactly.
about them.
Thank you, yeah. It's very,
I'm
very
taking
common.
a timeout. You guys can go ahead. I need a 30-second.
All right,
Especially
Shane.
the Timberwolves on tonight.
Oh, Timberwolves tonight.
Are you going to watch them tonight, Jordo?
I don't think Hop can be quiet for 30 seconds.
I bet
okay.
he can.
Hey, you're going to watch him? I'm going to watch him. Hey, Conrad, what are you doing tonight?
Hey, what time do the Wild play tonight? Do you have a time on the Wild game tonight?
What?
Yeah, the Minnesota Wild, the hockey team.
They're done.
Oh, they're done. Okay.
But are you going to watch Timberwolves tonight?
Yeah, I will. I'll find a way.
Hopefully not on the clock.
Okay,
There's a will. There's a
I'm
way.
starting my timeout now.
Anyway, Shane, you've been through the playoff slog before. You know what it's like, especially, I covered that game when you guys had to play two to get to that next spot at home, and you didn't allow a run. Do you remember that a few years back?
Yep.
What do you tell the girls before Thursday comes to kind of get their mind right? Because for a lot of them, it's win or go home time now.
I don't know if there's a magic formula. I really don't. It starts in the preseason. I'm going to be honest with you. It starts from the first time we meet when they're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and it might sound corny, but you just get to know them. You build relationships. They know that you care about them. Actually, at the game in Bemidji, I talked to the girls about when I coached at CLC, when I coached football over there. So many of my players, so many of those guys, we give each other hugs, tell each other we love each other, and it's genuine and it's real, right? You build these connections, and that word's so awkward with girls, right? You can't throw the L word out there, but we do. We love them so much and we care about them so much, and they know that we do. That really it just allows you to relax and just play the game that they're good at. They're all good enough. That we tell them that you're all good enough to do whatever is needed of you to accomplish the goal, and that's what we rely on, is the fact that they believe in themselves and we believe in them. It's
the belief part that's so big in high school sports, and especially for football too. It's the belief. If you can believe that you can win, then that's a big part. If you don't believe you can win, then that's a big problem.
I'm still trying to figure out if Hop's on his 32nd or not, like if he's going to come back.
Oh, by the way, you were CLC football coach, right, for a while?
For a while.
I think one of your players has just recently joined the media corps of the Lakes area, Logan Vio. How has that been, being reconnected with him a little bit?
So awesome. Like when he got the job, he was wearing at basketball he covers, he wears a suit, right?
Yep.
He got a suit and his tie on. And the first time I went down there, he was standing there and Jack Freeman was there. And they were kind of talking. I went up and just gave Logan just two big dudes just giving each other big hugs, right? And Jack Freeman kind of looks and goes, "How do you guys know each other?" Right? and then it went back to the CLC connection. So that's it right there, though, right? It's all about connections. It's all about relationships.
Wait, I think you're out of timeout now. If you got,
I'm back. I can talk.
I don't know.
Oh, Conrad, that was so deep. You just
was it
dug
that
in
deep?
there.
It
Yeah.
wasn't
I thought,
that.
of course, Jordan might cry.
He's
I
not
love
gonna
that.
cry. No.
I love that. It's going to be exciting, Conrad. So Maya's going to be in the circle, not on the bump. Sorry, Conrad, I got that right this time.
Yes.
And then we
It's
just
not a
did-
mound in softball. It's a circle. And it all starts in the circle. Have you ever heard Shane talk about that? It's all starts in there, right?
Wow. Let's hear it.
The game, well, so some people always ask why after the end of our games or the end of practice, we go to the circle. We just make a circle, and it's because that's where the game starts, right? The first pitch starts right there in the circle. That's where the game starts. And we also create, this goes back to Dawn Evans, who's, she might listen to this. She's down in Arizona, but we also create a spot where everybody's standing in the circle, everybody's looking at each other, everybody's equal. Nobody's in the middle. Nobody's better than anybody else. And it just gives us a
Coaches
platform
everything.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it just gives a platform where we can share the outcome. We don't talk about wins and losses until after the game, right? We don't talk about it in practice. We just don't. But we get there and we celebrate a positive outcome, or we talk about an outcome where we need to get better.
This is huge because the podcast in 2025, 26 needs to up our game, and I think we're going to create a circle, Conrad, and every guest that comes next year, we're going to go start in the circle, and we're going to finish in the circle.
All right.
We're going to use Coach Jordo's, is it mantra?
Sure. That's a big word. Sure.
Yeah.
Good enough. That word's good enough.
It's
like
It's
that.
not dark horse though.
See, I'm just doing great, and then you just do this. The guy with the tinted, you get pulled over lately. Hey, tinted window guy. You hear about that, Jordo?
No, I want to hear it, though.
Oh, God, he's been pulled over in town 3 times. His tinted windows are so dark, it's illegal.
We wouldn't do that.
Caliber Collision has offered to help the guy out, but he's too busy.
I'm a busy guy. I got to go to lacrosse. I got to go to tennis. I got to write my stories.
I suppose you haven't been able to see any other Warrior teams, have you?
Downtown establishment.
Not yet. Keep that in your pocket, God. This is just embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
This has been an
It's-
embarrassing episode.
Why?
'Cause you're just
I
so
love
all over the
this
place.
episode.
You're all over the place right now. Focus.
Jordo, am I all over the place, or have you been able to follow? You've been able to follow.
I think it's great. I got both of you on each side of me, and I can feel some love in here, actually. It feels like we're getting on each other's nerves a little bit. But I think
I'm
it's all
perfectly
in love.
fine.
It's
I
like
truly
big
believe
brother,
it.
little brother.
Who's
It
the big?
is.
Who's the big brother? You are, right?
Well, Conrad, you're like 20.
Yeah,
I am
dude,
in my. Yeah, I still got a 2 in front of my.
Yeah, you're
age.
20 something. You're.
I'm good.
Baby. Just a baby.
You use
Just
the
a baby.
dating app sites, still and all that stuff.
What?
You gonna edit this, Conrad?
Edit what? You got anything else to say?
No, that's good. So, Coach Jordo, have you been able to watch any other activities? I mean, I know track, baseball, lacrosse. I mean, you're just a busy man.
Jordo doesn't got. He's got his own team to focus on.
I know. I'm just trying to transition us into.
He's supportive though of all the. I mean, he knows what's going on in the school.
For sure. I love reading the newspaper. Credit to Dispatch,
Boom!
right?
See,
Yeah.
the smoothie nailed it.
And just seeing all these kids maybe I had in class, a kid like Ava Loney who played softball for many years coming up, who's now just awesome in track. And every time I see her, I tell her I'm proud of her, and so, yeah, I try to keep an eye on all the sports and, all the Warrior activities, but it is hard when you're in the midst of your season, right? You're pretty focused on that. So.
And you're at a lot of the basketball games and hockey games, and we chat at those in the winter. And I know you're at some fall events too. So
I'm a sports nerd. I like to go watch everybody.
You are.
yeah, he's around. He's around.
He's a sports nerd, and then his wife is my boss. And
Oh,
she
that's
works
why Shane
80
always comes on the show.
She works 80 hours a week. I don't even know anybody who works harder. So shout out to. His
Oh wow,
Shout out
he's
to
a
her.
little brown nose in there,
Yeah,
even
I
on the
think he
show.
was.
Well,
He needs to, from what I hear. He needs
Yes,
to.
I bet.
yes,
He
yes.
needs to a little bit.
All right, let's talk a little. So track is Thursday, conference meet.
All right.
You got it, Conrad?
Yep. Let's see. Golf got moved.
Moved, yes.
Yeah.
They only got 10 holes in
Yeah, that's
yesterday.
tough. Baseball, their games. I don't know what their schedule's looking like.
Well, they were supposed to play today,
Bemidji-
but they had 2 in Duluth. They split.
and then they did win on senior night though.
They're almost 500, Conrad.
They're
inching
getting there.
Back, maybe
They're
get that 5th seed.
Yeah, I think they could be the 5. I think that's the highest they can go, probably, though.
Yeah.
One of
It's
those,
5.
I hate to chime in on this, but one of those games in Duluth was a ridiculous pitching performance, and they lost that game. Like a one-hitter, maybe?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Am
it
I right?
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 4 walks, 3 errors, 1 hit.
Tough. You got to field. You can't walk
You got to
people.
catch it.
Catching it and walks will
That's
haunt.
Jordo 101,
Walks
It
will
is.
haunt, right, Jordan?
right?
Yes, they will. Oh, man.
I mean, that's from the Jordo school of.
Tennis is done. Hageland and
beat.
Riffle got beat in the quarters. And then they lost to Grand Rapids last
Lacrosse,
week. As
where
you
we
know.
at with lacrosse?
Lacrosse,
You know
their
that-
season's ending soon. I think brackets will be out for that this weekend. I think the playing game will probably be Memorial Day too, so that'll
Well, you touched
be
everything.
fun. And then I don't know when's graduation.
Next Friday, a week from Friday. You gonna attend, Conrad?
I probably will not. I have never attended a Brainerd High School graduation.
They asked the sports rap Rad and Hop, Hop co-host to speak at graduation.
Oh, did they?
So I got to speak.
Okay.
You want me to give you a shout out?
If you feel like you need to, sure, but I'm not asking for one.
Well,
so
you probably could hear it from the establishment if I say it loud. And have them
you
turn
probably,
the speaker.
maybe.
Wind's blowing.
Yeah, wind's blowing.
Yeah.
The establishment can pick up some of your
All right,
football
Jordo.
noises.
Jordo. Sorry, Conrad. I had to interrupt you.
I know you did.
So Thursday, Friday, let's win games, and then does it go into Memorial Day or is it the Tuesday?
Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay,
the
so
following
they don't
week.
play on Memorial Day.
We used to do that.
Yeah.
All the time. It was kind of fun, actually. I
It
thought.
was.
But people went away from it, which is okay. That's
Because
fine.
you could get comfortable. You'd have a 10 a.m. or a 12 or we did that with baseball. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I
maybe
liked it.
maybe it's a practice thing. You kind of weekend. You want to get a day of practice before a playoff game. I can see that perspective too.
It's Memorial Day. Everybody needs the day off,
Well, we're gonna practice.
But you're together. It's family celebrate. It offers you another day if it's raining. You can move it, Conrad. Come
That's
on.
true. That's true. That's
You
true.
know.
Second family, spend time together.
All right, let's talk Timberwolves right now. What's your thoughts, Jordo?
Gosh, I'm so nervous.
I'm so pumped. I'm going to Game 3.
Are you really?
Why do you just interrupted him? He was talking about being nervous, and you're just like, I'm so pumped. I'm going to Game 3. I don't know about you guys, but I'm better than you. Anyways.
Yeah, that's exactly how I phrased
Let's
it
get
too,
back
right?
to Jordo. He's nervous. I'm feeling with Jordo here.
Why are you guys nervous? We're in the Western Conference Finals for the second year in a row. We got
Can he
Ant-Man.
answer
We
the
got
question?
Randall's been unreal this playoffs.
just-
What are
we
we
have
what are we
regressed.
nervous about?
I apologize, everybody. We have regressed. It's your turn, Jordo.
I'm nervous because Holmgren and Rudy, right? Like Holmgren can step out the 3. Can he guard him out there? He can take him off the dribble. That's hard, right? But I love Ant. I love Randall. Randall's a beast. Hopefully he plays well. I don't know. I still got. I'm a T-Wolves guy through and through. I still think OKC in 6.
If
I
Hol-
hate to say it. I don't even want to put it out there.
Well,
I hope I'm wrong.
Too
before
late now.
Conrad opens his mouth, Rudy's going to see a decline in his minutes. Nas is going to see
Why?
an
Well,
increase.
Rudy will guard Hartenstein. They start
Can I
the 2
explain?
bigs.
Can I finish? God, you're rude tonight. Making me mad.
Why?
I don't know.
It's a
Okay,
podcast. We're supposed to go back
So-
and forth.
I'm with Jordo. If OK is going to win in 6, or the Timberwolves win in 7.
Whoa, you think we can close it out on the road?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're road warriors.
Tonight though, I'm gonna
Come
say
on.
OKC's we're gonna come out a little sluggish again. Like we
Opened
did
up
the
at
last
8.5. It's now
2
6.5.
series.
Too big of a layoff.
Yep.
Oh, you don't like the layoff?
Nope.
No.
I don't like it.
Okay.
Their bodies aren't made for layoffs.
You're
Yeah,
right.
but-
You're right.
People think like, oh, they're gonna have no. This isn't football.
I do
your
think it
body
helps the
just-
wear and tear though, of playing
Yeah, for when you're
playoff
old
games.
and not sore. But when you're playing the game, it's a flow game. It's a repetition game. Dude, I think that it's a killer. So let's side bet tonight. $1 friendly.
One friendly dollar,
OKC covers by 7.
7. I will take that. I'll take plus
What do you
7.
think, Jordo? What do you think of that?
I think that's a good bet.
Wolves plus 7. Give me Wolves plus 7. I'll take that all day.
What do you got on the other side?
Other side, I got the Knicks. No, I got the Pacers. I don't know. That one's a tough series.
Did you see the crazy stat of there's 14 former Knicks in these 4 teams that are left?
Really?
I did not see that.
Yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
that
Of
we're
the
all on the same team.
Wait.
Tibbs couldn't organize them.
Hold on. There's 14 former Knicks, but how many of them are on the Knicks currently? I'm confused on what you're saying.
Former Knicks on the other team. Like,
On the other teams.
Yes.
So
yes.
like
3 teams.
DiVincenzo and Randall.
And there's
and Obi Toppin for the Pacers.
Or let me rephrase how they said it. 14 that played together on the Knicks. So there are former Knicks that
are on
the Knicks that played with those other.
The Knicks had a team.
Yes.
That pretty much.
You can only have 12 in the NBA, but there was 14.
I think you can have 13 now, maybe.
13.
Maybe I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm kind of confused on what you're saying, but I kind of get what you're saying. But do the Thunder have any former Knicks? I can't. Yeah, Hartenstein.
Yeah.
Hartenstein, and then Randall and DiVincenzo and Obi Toppin, and then.
Toppin.
Yeah, with the Pacers.
Toppin. Okay, so you threw it at us. You're going to Game 3. Yeah, you and your dad.
I know, isn't that great? I haven't been to a playoff game yet this year.
Why does he always bring you?
Well, because he loves me, I think. I don't know.
What about, you have sisters?
I know, they've gone to, every one of my sisters have gone to a playoff game except for me this year because I've been busy, been working. There hasn't been, and I went to Vegas. So
the truth came out.
No, he's really just throwing it at us. Well, I did promise my son that
Fort Ripley Rebel, by the way.
Yeah. If the Wild make the Stanley Cup, we will go to a finals game.
What time do the Wild play?
If the Wolves make the NBA Finals, we will go to an NBA Finals game. If the Gophers make the NCAA Championship Final Four, we would go there. If the football team makes the college football, you know what I mean?
Yep,
so we set this up, whatever one hits first. And now if the Wolves go, that means it's a bucket list thing. It's like
we're going.
An 18th birthday.
Hopefully we go to the same
thing.
game.
Like Bryn went to WWE, we went to Raw.
Sure.
That's fun.
So there's a Ryder Cup for me in 2016 with my brother.
Oh, you got to go to the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
That had to be fun.
It was so
Hey,
fun.
did you watch Sunday?
Oh,
Scotty?
for sure.
Scotty was unreal.
Unbelievable.
And then fall apart.
My dad went to the 2002 Hazeltine when Rich Beam won it.
I was at that one too.
Hey,
Yeah.
What year was what Stu paid?
That was 92.
7?
Oh, or 91. No, 91.
Payne Stewart?
91.
God, I remember that.
Because the Minnesota hosted a World Series, Stanley Cup, Final Four, and a major in the same year.
God, look at you. And you weren't even born.
Right?
Jeez.
Wasn't there another one, too?
I believe you.
Wow.
Lot of fun stuff has happened in Minnesota, and we are petering out here. So who are our sponsors right now? We
Caliber Collision, Rafferty's Pizza,
TeeHive,
and
Shannon's Auto Body.
hey, when are you going to get your windows fixed? Seriously.
I'll get them
This is
fixed.
out of hand.
All right,
You get pulled
Jordo.
over for
Thank
the
you
fourth
for coming
time.
on the show. Good luck in
Jordo,
the playoffs.
go Warriors!
Go Warriors.
Section champ!